that white men are the most persecuted identity in America. And that's a bold statement to make, but I'll break that down for you. And
white men, the most demonized people in this country, according to Marjorie Greene. And it's interesting because she tries to protect them from being demonized while also demonizing them herself because she's a moron. Let's watch more of this video and I'll explain.
I know for a fact when you guys apply to college, you're put down at the bottom of the list, and everyone is allowed to be accepted and admitted into college. And then they finally move on to the white men. They got to get through the foreign students. They got to get through the girls. They got to get through certain races of girls. They got to, of course, transgenders. We should move them to the top. And then the white guys, okay, we'll look at their grades and look at them last. In major corporations, especially woke corporations, white men are passed over for any kind of promotion. No, it's about identity. And the white male identity is pushed to the bottom of the list.
The overwhelming number of CEOs in this country who happen to be white males would debunk what she's saying there.
There's a lot of things that debunk. Yeah. We're gonna get to porn in a second because she's got a great theory on it. But on this, real quick, foreign students are not put at the top, they're put at the bottom. The only way they get to the top is if they pay full tuition, no loans, no nothing, no scholarships, okay? So that's just flat out not true. Anybody applying to college knows that. And secondly, she's saying they put the girls above the boys. Not remotely true. There's actually affirmative action for boys. If they just did it on grades and SAT scores, the top schools would be about 70% female. Instead, they push away qualified women so that it's not awkward. And so men are actually huge beneficiaries of affirmative action. And the number one beneficiary are legacy admissions.
Yes.
Those are people whose parents went to that school, I do declare, okay?
Yeah.
So the rich benefit more than anyone else. Everything she said is total garbage, not remotely true.
Yes, and then she gets into this discussion about why white men need to be protected. And then she goes into their behaviors and further demonizes them. It's fascinating. So let's take a look at that.
Does everything tell you guys through Hollywood, through books, through music, through our entire culture is that white men are bad. White men, they're bad. They have to be pushed to the back. They shouldn't be listened to. But what that's done to your generation and even some of those a little older than you and those definitely younger than you is it has created hopelessness in many of these guys. Hopelessness, they're lost. So they're spending hours and hours time alone, which turns them to all kinds of bad things, porn on the internet, reading crazy stuff in chat rooms, and God knows who's in there and saying what they're saying. A lot of time playing video games. And I know people don't like to demonize video games, but I do think that maybe has a role there for certain people.
So all these poor white men, they're just jerking off all day at home, playing video games, and we really gotta look out for them. But let me just defame them while I'm in the process of pretending to care about their concerns. And by the way, if you're really genuinely concerned about people being able to go to college, maybe make it affordable. So people don't feel like they're gonna dig themselves into a never-ending financial hole just to obtain higher education. But she doesn't offer anything substantive. She doesn't offer anything that materially benefits a damn person. It's just culture war stuff, culture war stuff, culture war stuff. A mishmash of porn bad, video games bad, bad, transgenders bad. That's who she is, that's all she's offering.
I love how it got awkward with the guy there. She's like, you young white males, all you ever do is play video games and masturbate to porn online. He's like, awkward.
True,
okay.
true.
Right, he's like, wait, caught in 4K. What just happened here? Okay, so now, I'm pretty sure that there was porn in video games in the 1980s, 1990s. It's not the recent discrimination against white men that has just forced them to go into porn where they weren't going to before.
What could they do?
They were like, you know what? I am not at all interested. Oh my God, they're discriminating against me. That's it, I'm going to porn. Okay, have you ever met a man? I mean, just absurdity. You think that's correct? I don't even think right-wingers think that's right.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.